What is happening, guys? Since a kid, I wanted to be a primary school teacher. Ever since my year 4 class, I had my favourite teacher of primary school, and since then I was like, you know what? I want to be a teacher and I want to be that cool. But then I sort of lost track of that, and then I wanted to do business. I went down heaps of different tracks. Like, one stage my family wanted me to be a lawyer, and I'm like, what? As if I would cry on my people. That didn't pull through. So then at the end of year 12 I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, and I knew that I had to do a TAFE course of some sort. If you do a diploma, you can pretty much get into any uni course you want after you've completed it. So I was like, you know what, let's just do a childcare diploma. No offense, but that was the worst mistake of my life. Guys, I'm not even exaggerating. I mean, I was in it for what? February, March, April, May, June, July, August. Literally 7.5 months. It was all fun and games until I actually started placement at a childcare. Oh my god, I cry. I actually cry thinking about it. Like, I was at the childcare for 2 days. I went there twice. First day I came back from the childcare and I came home and I was like, guys, like, it was so good, like the kids are so cute, I have a few favourites already, all that sort of stuff. By the second day, oh my god, I'm not even saying the company name or anything, but like, they were making me do all this sort of stuff, like, that I couldn't do. Like, at my orientation they said students can't change nappies, about privacy and all that sort of stuff, and in case I do it wrong or something. But on the second day a kid needed their nappy changed and they said to me, oh Sade, could you do that? I was like, oh, I don't think I'm allowed to. I don't know. And then they'd be like, oh, can you go grab the morning tea? And I'd have to find my way through the building trying to find the kitchen that only had one person in it, and I had to say to them like, oh, just the morning tea. On the second day, I'm like, oh, one of the days. On the second day, it was like afternoon tea, because that was like my first day doing like a 9-hour shift. So my first day I was there, I did like just like a 4-hour shift just to get used to it. Anyway, I did a 9-hour shift the second time, and around afternoon tea time, so at like 3:30 or something, they said to me like, oh, could you go grab the afternoon tea? I think there's brownies there or something. So I took the little trolley and I got to the kitchen and there was like 2 trays of the brownies. I didn't know if I was meant to take one of them or 2 of them. I took one anyway because I was like, you know, better safe than sorry. For some reason I just thought, oh yeah, the kids can just, you know, eat it with their hands. They don't need a plate or anything, because it was a small brownie, right? I went back and the girl's like, oh, did you grab the plates, the serviettes, the forks? I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. And then I was like to her, oh, I actually don't know where all the cutlery and stuff is. So she was saying like, the first drawer, first cupboard to the right, all that sort of stuff, like very too much technical shit. I was like, hang on, I don't know what the f I'm doing here. I walked in there and the girl that was in there was gone. So I was scavenging, whatever the f word is. I was looking through everything, trying to find cutlery, forks. Oh my god. I brought it all back and it was all good. And then at about 5:30, so like I was just about to finish, because I think I worked till 6 or something, I had to work with like another group, and a guy from my TAFE was working at the same childcare as me. It's like, at least I knew someone there. I had to like introduce myself to all the different educators. I forgot the names, but it's fine, can't mention them anyway. She's like, oh, can you go grab like some bread, gonna have some sandwiches. So she already had like the Vegemite set up or whatever, and I went into the kitchen. No one was there, thank god, but there was no bread. The bread was gone, and I was like, what am I meant to be doing? It was such a long walk to the kitchen in the first place. I didn't want to go back and say, oh, sorry, you know, no bread. I was looking in the cupboard and there were those rice crackers, like those corn crackers or whatever. Oh, delicious. The corn ones especially. They're like the yellow looking ones. I don't really like the white ones. The yellow ones are good. So I went back to her and I was like, there's no bread. Like, I took like 10 minutes trying to, I was looking everywhere, like maybe I missed the bread, maybe it's somewhere there. And she's like, oh, well, was there any rice crackers? I was like, are you actually serious? I was literally in there. I was tempted to grab the rice crackers, but I didn't know if they were for the kids. I didn't know if they were for the kids or for the adults. At that stage, there were only about 10 kids left in like my group, and I was like, oh god, I was getting picked up in like 2 minutes, so I had to say, I was like, oh, bye guys. And I did not know that would be the last time I would see those kids. Already had a few favorites. We used to have little dance parties, and this one kid, oh, so cute. She used to be like, oh, do you want to dance with me, Sade? The 2 times I was there, she wanted to dance with me. And now she's probably thinking, oh, where's blue-haired girl? Nah, but it was just a very stressful time that day, and it went on forever. I kept thinking to myself like, oh, the day's gonna go so quick because I'm doing something I love. First day went super quick. especially because half of that time it was nap time, so they were just asleep anyway. Oh, again, oh, I just remembered something. Okay, so on the second day, on the last day there, it was nap time. And my lead educator was away that day. I think she was sick or something, I'm not too sure. So I was left with like the second in charge people. And it was nap time, and there were a few like crazy kids, right, that wouldn't fall asleep, they'd just run around, all that sort of stuff. And they'd say to me, oh Sade, can you calm them down? Or can you watch them? Can you make sure they're falling asleep? I'm there patting 2 kids that are like slowly falling asleep. They're not asleep yet, but they were like about to doze off, and I had to leave them, go chase after this kid that was running around. The other 2 kids I was patting woke up, and I was like, and like the educators like getting annoyed. They expected so much of me, and like I just didn't know what I was doing. And before the dance party on that one day, they were doing paintings with yellow paints because it was daffodil day, right? So they were doing yellow colorings or whatever. There was this one kid that had yellow paint all over their face. No one cleaned her up, but she walked into the dance party with the yellow paint on her. I had to clean the bathroom at the end of my last day. My TAFE friend was like helping as well. An educator told me to like fill up the paper towels, like the paper towel dispenser when you wash your hands. And I couldn't open it, and I was struggling to open it. And I realized I had to have a key, and I was like, you know me, I'm way too awkward to go ask for help. So I was like pulling it, and then I said to my TAFE guy, I was like, do you know where the key is? Because he had like worked in that room, like that's his room. He was trying to search for the key for about 15 minutes and he couldn't find it. And then he asked the other educator, and she was like, oh, it's right here. It was in the bathroom on a hook that I didn't see, and I felt horrible because I put my friend in all of this trouble to go find the key. It's not my fault. It didn't even look like a key. It was like a little pole thing, like that short. It was a weird scenario, I don't know. The week after that, I didn't show up. So I'd usually go on a Friday. I didn't show up that Friday. I had like chats with mum, and I was like, mum, I don't think I could do it. She's like, that's fine. See, mum, you were good like that. You just honestly don't care, and it's really good. It makes us kids feel good, you know? I'm like, you know what, mum doesn't even give a shit. And then the next week, like the day before, I was like, oh, you know what, like I can't just not tell them I'm never going back. So I had to send an email, and I just said like, I've realized this isn't the right path for me. And they're like, oh, that's fine, follow your heart, take care or whatever. And I'm like, that is so good. I feel like a lot happened in just the last month, not necessarily the year, but the past month, like just insane. And at this stage, I don't know what I'm doing. Let's not think about that stuff. Let's think about Wildest Sparrow. We opened a shop. It's going so well. If you're ever around, come visit. I work there most days. Saturday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and maybe more days. I'm not too sure. Mum has to readjust the rosters. It's quite fun like that when it's like your family business. Like mum's just the boss. It's so chill. I love it. And I feel like that's just what I'm doing for my life. Before any courses start, before I, you know, figure out what I'm doing. I'm gonna end this video here, guys. That just gave you a little rough insight on my childcare life. Leave a like, comment other video suggestions. I know none of you do that, but it's fine. I'll see you next time. Bye.